Renata. How are you? Can you believe we are already halfway through this 14-day fear detox? If you haven't joined us, you can join now. The party starts when you arrive, as I keep saying. Don't try and catch up. You will have plenty of time to come back to days 1 through 6 if you missed it. So start today or even tomorrow, whenever you'd like to. But today's assisting frequency is pivotal in understanding how we use our energy and how we magnetize what we experience. And if you think of it this way, fear is very erratic. It's not efficient. It is responsive quickly. And it's also not using your energy in a harmonious way that's connected. It's because when you have something occurring where you need to focus in on the imminent danger, even your organs shut down just to deal with that, right? Hormones are released, stress hormones are released so you can fight, flight, or freeze. And this is all okay if we do it a little here and there, But in our day and age, we have become hyper-focused on this where we can't relax, where we're always stressed out, where there's always too much going on, where we're always perceiving of our environment in some sort of stressful way. And over time, this means that your body cannot produce the coherent wave patterns that it needs to keep things healthy, vibrant, because your brain is sending it signals that this is not a time to create new stuff or to rest or to get busy, making more brain cells, etc. And so fear is a very erratic, energy consuming process, right? It takes your energy. If you've ever noticed when you're stressed or overwhelmed, you're not going to see something over there that's delightful. You are focused on the here and now, right? You aren't connected. You are really literally just trying to get by. Now, the odd thing about humans is we don't have to actually have something happen to us to start using our energy incoherently, to start thinking the thoughts that are going to activate a response that are going to consume our energy. And we're going to loop around. We're not going to be able to free up that energy. If you've ever had something stressful on your mind and that's all you think about, your energy is consumed. You're not going to be out there doing and creating, and certainly your cells are not going to be doing that either. And over time, as you have less and less time to create within, you build cheaper versions of your genes, of the protein. Let's say your genes produce downgraded versions of protein because they're not about creating, they're about surviving. And so rest assured, when you are in this state of perpetual contraction, you are not extending your energy beyond your field. And if you are an electromagnetic field of energy, which you are, we have a positive and a negative charge. We have thoughts that are electric and emotions that are magnetic. And this electromagnetic energy field can, when you are in a space of really present energy, really grateful energy, really centered. And I always like to say it's at that line, the tip of the water, the surface of the water. And if you look at the vibrational scale of erratic versus expansive, you'll find that contentment resides right at the top. So the goal is contentment and higher. That's why they say when you accept things and you're content, regardless of chaos around you, at least you have your head above water, right? Now, we even get addicted to those cycles below. They feel like us because we're so used to them. They are our personalities. It's our demeanor. It's the way we show up. It's literally what we identify with as normal. So when we aren't playing that role, we feel different, right? This is why when people start doing the work, they get frightened. Like, who am I? I'm not like this, am I? And they go back into their old patterns, even if they're dysfunctional. And so if you can get to a place of contentment and higher, you're winning, you're expanding. You're no longer erratic. And I find the most helpful way to do this is to entrain your heart with your brain. Because if you can activate through your source point deep gratitude and a reverence for life, and just be in a space of presence and consciousness and allowance. And I'm not talking about being manipulated and allowing anything. I'm talking about sovereign allowance of what is and contentment despite the circumstances, choosing anew. And here's a good thought to think of. Every emotion is a bandwidth. There's a dense, erratic version, fear, and one that is not, that is centered. Okay, you can think of it as like one center point, which is unconditional love, and on the ragged outer edge is all of the dense things that are pulling us apart and consuming our energy. And if you can center in, and so if you are ever in a place where you are fearful, ask yourself a few questions. Is it real? Because your body's not going to know the difference between what is and what you feel is happening. Okay, your body doesn't know the difference. So for your cells, all they know is that you're feeling this way, and therefore it's a real thing. And so getting good at being the conscious observer of that. Now, in today's lesson 7, the assisting frequency is going to support you in that, because when your energy is erratic, it's lower, right? You're not expanded. You're not, if you can get it to the heart space and then higher, and of course the crown up through your brain, then you're going to expand your field, and you're going to turn back into a magnet. You're going to turn back into expanding out versus condensed in, where you can start creating the things that you want in your world versus dwelling within the known that is not aligned with where you want to be. Very frustrating cycle if you have ever been in that cycle. And choosing between fear and excitement, for example, right? Those that are challenged, if you view an obstacle as, oh my gosh, I'm failing, I'm fearful, this always happens, whatever lens you're taking on, or you say, ooh, optimization data, how am I going to respond? What do I want to do about this? What skills do I need? If you take it as challenge, suddenly you're flipping the switch from being down and out and condensed and erratic and nothing's making sense to challenged. Your bodies are like, we can do this. It's a challenge. Let's do this. And so again, I mean, even if you're just a public speaker, taking and liberating that energy that's making you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous, I'm scared, and feeling it instead as excitement and just awareness that you're about to do something that takes energy. That should shift it just there. But you can do that with any vibration, any density. I highly recommend this reference guide by Karen K. Truman. She's passed now, but it's called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. And here is, it's got a little 3-ring, and it's like a thesaurus of antonyms and synonyms, but really antonyms, because it's got the dense emotion on the left, and then it's got the vibrational resonance to pull you in the center on the right. So it's very small print, but let's see if I can find just fear. There we go. So for them, for fear, for this one, and again, I love that quote, all we have to fear is fear itself, because it's very true. Rarely is what we're even fearful of actually happening. Yes, there are times when you literally could be being chased by a bear, for sure. Like, okay, you got to get up and run. And actually, do they say not to run? I don't remember. I would be probably not so lucky in that circumstance, because they can climb trees, can't they? Anyway, point being is, as humans, we like to make up what we think is happening based on probably legitimate keys and projections of what might happen or that is likely to happen. But we waste so much energy magnetizing those things when we are in fear response versus challenge and higher contentment, is the key. So you can be fearful or you can be reassured, trusting, confident, resolute, and brave, right? That's why I love this little book. It tells you what's on the other end of that. And you as a conscious co-creator get to choose, where do I want to be? And take a deep breath. And guys, self-regulation is definitely a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. This is why we're doing 2 full weeks, right? So head on over. It's the 21-day fear detox inside of the assisting frequency group, but we are just doing 2 weeks. We are on day 7. Again, don't try and catch up. Join in, read, tape the code from today on water with the words love and gratitude. Wait 6 hours or wand for 60 seconds. Drink that. Become that assistance. Choose anew. And guys, your awareness is going to go through a huge shift. And you can do this. And today's assisting frequency is so beautiful. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it's going to help with everything I just said about the way we perceive of threats and deal with them and move on from them in expanded ways of growth or decay. It's up to you. All right, guys, much love to you and yours. We'll chat with you tomorrow. Bye for now.